Welcome to the Messenger of Truth channel. God bless you and protect your life. Subscribe, follow our work, and share the truth with others. John 19. Pilate then took Jesus and scourged him. And the soldiers wove a crown of thorns and put it on his head, and put a purple robe on him. And they said, "Hail, King of the Jews!" And they slapped him. Pilate then went out again and said to them, "Behold, I bring him out to you, that you may know that I find no crime in him." Then Jesus came out, wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe. Pilate said to them, "Here is the man." When the chief priests and the officers saw him, they cried out, saying, "Crucify him." Pilate said to them, "Take him yourselves and crucify him, for I find no crime in him." The Jews answered him, "We have a law, and according to our law he must die, because he has become the Son of God." When Pilate heard these words, he was more afraid. And he entered the audience again and said to Jesus, "Where are you from?" But Jesus did not answer him. Pilate said to him, "Do you not speak to me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee, and have power to release thee?" Jesus answered, "You would have no power against me unless it were given you from above, but he who delivered me up to you has greater sin." Then Pilate tried to let him go, but the Jews shouted and said, "If you only release this man, you are not Caesar's friend. Anyone who makes himself a king is against Caesar." When Pilate heard these words, he brought Jesus outside and sat down on the judgment seat in a place called Lithostrotos. The name in Hebrew is Gabbatha. And it was the preparation of the Passover, and about the 6th hour, and he said unto the Jews, "Behold your king." But they shouted, "Away! Away!" Pilate said to them, "Shall I crucify your king?" The chief priests answered, "We have no king but Caesar." Then he handed him over to them to be crucified. And they took Jesus and led him away. And carrying his cross on his back, he went forth to the place called Calvary, which is called in Hebrew, Golgotha, where they crucified him, and with him 2 others, one on each side, and Jesus in the middle. Pilate wrote a title and put it on the cross, and on it was written, "Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews." And many of the Jews read this title, because the place where Jesus was crucified was near the city, and it was written in Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. The chief priests of the Jews said to Pilate, "Do not write, King of the Jews, but that he said, I am the King of the Jews." Pilate answered, "What I have written, I have written." So when the soldiers had crucified Jesus, they took his clothes and made 4 parts, for each soldier a part, and also the tunic. But the tunic, woven all together from top to bottom, had no seam. So they said to each other, "Let us not tear it, but cast lots for it, to see whose it will be." This was done that the scripture might be fulfilled which says, "They divided my garments among them, and cast lots for my robe." So the soldiers did these things. And standing by the cross of Jesus was his mother, and his mother's sister, Mary the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. Now when Jesus saw his mother there, and that the disciple whom he loved was present, he said to his mother, "Woman, behold, thy son." Then he said to the disciple, "Behold, your mother." And from that hour the disciple took her into his home. Then Jesus, knowing that all things were now finished, that the scripture might be fulfilled, said, "I thirst." And there was a vessel full of vinegar. And they filled a sponge with vinegar, and put it on a hyssop, and put it to his mouth. And when Jesus had taken the vinegar, he said, "It is finished." And bowing his head, he gave up the ghost. The Jews therefore, lest the body should remain on the cross on the Sabbath day, seeing the preparation, for the Sabbath day was great, begged Pilate that their legs might be broken, and that they might be taken away. So the soldiers went and broke the legs of the first man, and of the other who was crucified with him. But when they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, they did not break his legs. One of the soldiers, however, pierced his side with a spear, and immediately there came out blood and water. And he who saw him testified, and his testimony is true, and he knows that what he says is true, that you may believe him also. For this has happened, that the scripture might be fulfilled which says, "None of his bones shall be broken." And again the scripture says, "They shall see him whom they have pierced." After this, Joseph of Arimathea, who was Jesus' disciple, but in secret, for fear of the Jews, begged Pilate to allow him to take away Jesus' body. And Pilate gave him permission. So he went and took the body of Jesus. And there was also Nicodemus, the one who had previously come to Jesus by night, bringing nearly 100 pounds of a compound of myrrh and aloes. So they took the body of Jesus and wrapped it in linen cloths with the spices, as the Jews usually do in preparation for the sepulchre. And there was a garden in the place where he had been crucified, and in the garden a new tomb, in which no one had yet been laid. There therefore, because of the preparation of the Jews, and because the tomb was near, they laid Jesus.